One popular feature in one of our earlier releases to the public test realm was the field of view slider. This is an option in the settings menu that lets you change the field of view of the camera, so you can zoom it really tight or take it really wide. Not quite to a fisheye lens, but out there pretty far. And we weren't able to ship it with the update that it seemed like it was going to be associated with, because we found a few bugs in it at the very last minute that we wanted to make sure we took the time to iron out before we put this in front of everybody. And so that's one of the reasons why we have the public test realm, is that people can explore features and sort of examine them and give us feedback on them and help us find the problems with them before we go live. So this feature was actually a success story for us with using the public test realm, because we were able to discover something that was not quite ready for prime time and keep it from going out into an update. But we have now spent more time on the field of view slider. We have actually solved those bugs, and now we're ready for it to go live. So it is going to be in update 29. So let me actually drop back into sort of my gameplay view.
Hey,
here.
Geoffrey,
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't, because chat universally hates the idea.
Yes, that was actually one of the biggest questions we got on that particular update was, what happened to the field of view slider? Why didn't you include the field of view slider? What is wrong with you people? Why are you jerks taking away my favorite toys? And so, yeah, let me just kill these zombies real quick so that I can take a deep breath and focus on changing the field of view. So, by default, this is in the video menu. It's the second option. By default, you're at 70, which is the field of view we've been using throughout State of Decay, up until this point. But if you can shift it all the way up to 100, and when you're widening the field of view, that's like zooming out. It's like going from a normal view to, like, say, a fisheye lens. And so when you widen it that far, you can see a really wide swath of terrain around your character. Now, the camera will still go in and out, based on whether you're aiming a gun, based on whether you're in combat, that sort of thing. But by and large, it'll be wider. And one of the reasons people do this a lot of the time is because it can help with motion sickness sometimes. If you can see more of what's around you and you're getting less sort of like parallax from scrolling the camera back and forth, then it actually can help you to manage sort of motion sickness symptoms. This zombie, I think, is trapped. And so I'm going to put them out of their misery.
Thanks for highlighting a bug for me, Geoffrey. I'm going to have some more work to do after this.
Yeah, totally. So this is what it looks like to sort of run around with the field of view set to the maximum. Now, for me as a player, this is a little excessive. I'm getting, a lot of sort of like around the edges of the screen. I'm detecting sort of the distortion that comes with a wide field of view. So it's got its downsides if you take it all the way out here. But it does give you a lot of room to sort of find where you're comfortable with the field of view and sort of, set it wherever, makes sense for you. And some players might want this just for the added sort of situational awareness you get. It's a lot harder for a zombie to sneak up on me from behind when my field of view is this wide and I can see several meters behind me at all times. But let's look at the opposite extreme. So if I go grab the field of view slider again and bring it all the way down, so you can go 30 in either direction. You start at 70, you can go all the way to 100 or all the way down to 40. So if we go down to 40, this feels a lot more like, say, you're playing, God of War or The Last of Us, right? You're just right up there in your character's grill, which can be fun for, like, say, getting screenshots of them, stuff like that. It also has this sense of, like, claustrophobia. You're sneaking into an area. You can't see zombies sneaking up behind you. It can really sort of contribute to the atmosphere, and also lets you see a little bit further ahead. Like, it's easier to sort of focus on things in the distance, in the direction your character is facing. Like, if you want to really sort of immerse yourself in the perspective of a character who can't see everything around them, who has to have their head on a swivel, this might be more what you're looking for. It does cut your character off the legs, so if you're looking for, screenshots of your character in action, you want to get their whole body, a tight field of view isn't going to help you with that. And it is also probably going to exacerbate motion sickness for people who deal with that more than others. Because you get a lot of parallax, as you're turning the camera, you get a lot of parallax and a lot of movement for every little tweak. So there you go. But that's the field of view slider. We're excited about it. And you know what else we're excited about? We've got another couple of winners of our Steam code giveaway. So
That's
Lucky
right.
Filmer is a winner, and so is Brandon. So, I mean, I assume it's one particular Brandon and not every Brandon that just won. But congratulations to you two for picking up those Steam codes. Isn't that beautiful? So,
Does that field of view? Does that field of view continue when you jump in a car? Because I know our camera changes once you get in the car too.
That's a really good thing for me to check out. Let me have a look. So, I mean, yes, it does affect the game just in every setting. But let's have a look at what that looks like in the car. So you can see that the camera is really, really close when you're in the vehicle. And so it's almost like, I mean, the game doesn't have a first-person view for driving a car the way a lot of, like, say, racing games do. But you can get the whole car in frame. It's really large in the frame. You can get it in the frame. But a lot of the time, it does feel almost like you're having to look through the dashboard, or look through the windshield. No one can look through a dashboard unless you're Superman. But you can look through the windshield and sort of see the zombies coming up on you. So... and then again, let me sort of back this out so you can see what driving a car looks like when you've got the field of view set all the way up to 100. Oh, one other thing I should point out too is if you actually get into a really fast car, which I don't have, if you've got a really tight field of view, sometimes that can sort of change the sense of speed that you have. So here, you can tell I'm further away from the car, but because this is a wide field of view, you can see the sort of the street rushing under the camera a lot faster, because you're not just looking straight forward, you're also looking down at the same time. And so you can see the street moving under you as fast as it would if you were just looking straight down at the ground, if you opened your car door and leaned down and looked at the ground beneath you. And so that can kind of enhance the sense of speed that you get from going forward.
You're definitely going to be through a bloater before you see him at this stage.